It all boils down to that one play that Amen Thompson made. When we threw the ball away with 4 seconds to go, I almost panicked.
You were up here. You were up here cussing.
Absolutely. But I panicked, but the Rockets didn't. That's the key.
I mean, that sums it up. And Amin Thompson, what I want to key in on before we get to, obviously, Kevin's big night, the timing of his jump. I mean, the timing of that jump to save the game was incredible.
You know, when I played with a fellow named Moses Malone, who was a great offensive rebounder because he always told me he watched the flight of the ball. He watched the timing of the person shooting it. That's why he always wanted me to take the last shot, because he could read my shot. Now, when Kevin shot that ball, he didn't shoot a dead line. He shot an arc, which put it on the rim to give a shooter's bounce. That's what allowed Thompson to time it. He watched it perfectly.
Yeah, he did.
You know, let's go back to basics. The first thing you teach little kids when you're playing basketball around the rebounding area is to box out. Professionals don't do that sometimes, and it just cost the Heat a game.
Oh, man. And because it cost the Heat the game, the Rockets win. What an unbelievable play by Amin Thompson. But, of course, we cannot bury the lead to be the GOAT, the greatest of all time.
See, that's what made I got to slow down. I've gotten so excited.
I love it.
But understand the moment. Yes, people may talk about who is the GOAT. The world knows. When you mention Michael Jordan, all of a sudden, if you do something above him, it's monumental.
It is.
It's monumental. And you know, I got to say it once again. He didn't go out there tonight trying to break the record. He wanted to break the record, but he stayed connected to his teammates. They helped him to break that record.
But you could see it in the first half, too. I mean, you and I talked about it up here where it was, you know, Eric Spoelstra was throwing a lot of things at him. And the second half, man, Calvin, he came out determined and much more aggressive.
He only took 5 shots in the first half.
Right.
It looked to me like he didn't want to break the record. You know, by the time that first half would have ended, if Calvin Murphy's going after it, I got me 15 jumpers up. But what he did, he simply dictated, you know, he allowed the defense to dictate his shots. Now, you know, he has that confidence. He knows he's a great shooter, a pure shooter. So whatever the defense gave him, he took and made it work.
Yeah, he absolutely did. And you got to think that head coach Ime Udoka is happy about the result of this game. For more, let's hear from Ime in the press conference room.
Coach, can you just talk about that exciting finish to their game?
Yeah, I mean, we made it exciting. You know, they hit some big shots, and we had some unfortunate late turnovers to, you know, help them get back in the game, and then miscue at the end there. But glad our men saved the day. You know, but shouldn't have been in that position, honestly, going up 119, 112, take care of the ball, get shots, and you're not in that predicament.
A lot of times that you all trail, but you all able to come back. What you see from the resiliency of your team to be able to come back like that?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, we got out to a great start and then kind of went cold there. You know, they were out hustling us, getting to the loose balls, 50-50 balls, and that got them back in the game. We got to a lot of kick-out threes, but it was good to see that bounce back a few times tonight, and obviously made a run to push it up late there. So, you know, in general, I think our group doesn't quit and continues to play, but we can clean up some things to avoid that situation.
And what did you just see on the final play where KD misses the shot and Amin ends up tipping it in?
Yeah, I mean, the great defense by Adebayo. You know, Kevin gets to a spot, usually can rise up over guys, and, you know, they came to make a play on him, so it left some openings for guys to get in and rebound, and Amin took advantage, you know, didn't just stand and watch. Like I said, the double was coming. Kevin kind of spun away from it and opened up some rebounding lanes.
And we talked all year about, you know, Fred being out and Amin and Reed having to take on bigger roles for this team. What's it been like just seeing those guys mature throughout the season and where they are at this point in the season?
Yeah, it's good growth, especially against a you know, veteran team, and some of the things they throw at you, Miami. You got to be out there talking, being vocal, cerebral, kind of picking apart their zone, and I think they obviously showed improvement from last time we saw them in that area. Got to some really great looks, and then when we went zone on our own side, I think they were both really good up top as well, especially on Hero. And so it's going to be some ups and downs throughout the season with the guys growing and developing at the point guard position, but happy with their progress.
I think you used the term mundane earlier to talk about just how Kevin's always breaking some record or setting some mark. But even though he does a lot, what is it like to see him make history kind of night after night and kind of make it look so easy?
Yeah, I mean, it's an honor for everybody to kind of be a part of that, and all these accolades that are getting passed. I don't think he cares much about it in the moment. He's a bit focused on the season and what we're trying to accomplish, and kind of just doing his part and going about his business like he always does. But like I said, don't want to just make it an afterthought. Obviously, to be top 5 all time in scoring and the efficiency and professionalism he plays with. You kind of can take it for granted. And so, passing a name like Michael Jordan is obviously a huge accomplishment, and we celebrated that with him. Great to do it on a win, and I'm sure he'll have some more to kind of chop off next.
Second straight game with this new starting 5. What did you see? What did you like? What did you like?
Yeah, I think just gives you more options, handlers, more spacing there, and so. We got to figure out some things defensively still. We started great, and then they went to, it's a team that goes a lot of isolation, penetrate and kick, paint touches, and kickouts for threes, and they went away from that and put us in some pick and rolls that hurt us a little bit. The main thing is something we have to clean up, but offensively, I mean, we had 90 points or 87 going into the third quarter, so we're doing some good things there. Just have to be a little more steady on the other end. Giving up 96 is way too high in 3 quarters.
Coach, you guys in the third quarter have had nights where you've come out and had to, fight hard to get back into it. This is one of those nights. The third quarter wasn't the greatest in terms of just offense and some other things, but you were able to pick it up in the fourth. How important is that to be able to turn the corner on some games like this?
Yeah, like I said, we didn't quit early or late. Battled back a few times, and I think we've been in every situation this year so far. Whether it's up early, down early, in the middle of the game, and kind of fighting our way back. And it seems like we've been in a lot of those situations lately. We'd rather have more Atlanta games where we're steady and really good on both sides of the ball throughout. But there's going to be some ups and downs and runs, and you try to find the right rotations and we did that tonight.
And a career night for Reed. What did you just see from him running the point and making big shots throughout the night?
Yeah, we put it in his hands a ton. They went zone a lot, so he's going to get some of those open looks, but also delivered the ball well. I think 14 assists, I think it was, and career high for him. And so picking the zone apart, making the right. See him kind of growing up right in front of your eyes.
2% overall, 33 assists, just 13 turnovers. What impressed you most about the offensive execution?
Yeah, I mean, we were clicking on our standard. It would have been a nice, comfortable game, but like I said, it gives you more options when you have Reed, Kevin, different guys, and obviously having Alperen back as well, who's a playmaker, especially against the zone. And so we were getting really good looks. Sometimes you make them, sometimes you don't. And you've seen those games when we struggle a little bit. And nights like tonight when they're going in, we're scoring in the high teens, high to mid teens. And so that should be good enough to win the game. Like I said, got to be sharper at the end to avoid the end game situation.
Coach, a lot has been made about your team's vibes and
panic in this game whatsoever. The thing that I like about the fact that, we talk so much, obviously being KD's night.
Sure.
But that tap that was put in by Thompson and saves one of the greatest games that this young man had in his early career. Nothing. It's just like the night I had 57 against New Jersey. We lost. We lost by a point.
And he still remembers it.
It was yesterday.
Still remember. Calvin, there was a real time. I was standing over by the basket with my questions ready to interview, and I thought, is there a chance the Rockets lose this? I mean, that would have been so painful.
That's the point I'm making right now. Too many great things happened tonight. You look at the Rockets as a team, had 33 assists. That means there was one more pass to get somebody from a good shot to a great shot. So they were able to shoot 52% for the night. There was too many great things that happened as a unit. Now, I understand where Coach Udoka is talking about the things they need to clean up, but I know when he went back into his office, he had to have a smile on his face.
I hope so.
Because his team never showed any intentions of quitting or losing this game. It was unfortunate they had a bad turnover.
They did.
But the fact of the matter was, they recouped themselves by simply staying mentally in tune into those 4.5 seconds that they had on that clock. So now when we go back to talking about Reed Shepherd, so funny. I love his mother. I love talking to her.
Stacy's the best.
And
Shout out Jeff and Stacy.
Yeah.
We love the Shepherd family.
I was talking to her the last game, and I said to her, I've got to find a way to get Reed a little more tan so that he could emulate Calvin Murphy.
Love
He
that.
didn't have the tan, but he did that tonight. I was so proud of this young man that he played an all-star type game. Shot the ball extremely well. He facilitated extremely well. He had 4 steals. So defensively, they tried to take
defensively, he was a lot better tonight.
Absolutely. They tried to take advantage of him. But with those quick hands, he put a lot of pressure on them, especially when they were driving on a teammate.
And that defense is where, Ime Udoka has said he really wants to see Reed grow. So
Right.
major progress in that area. All right, the guy that had the game winner, who saved Kevin's special night, Amin Thompson, is at the podium right now.
Can you just take us through the game winner?
We would have won by 20. I wish we would have won by 20, but you know what I mean.
And you and Reed have talked all year about how y'all have been supporting each other as y'all stepping into bigger roles. What's it like just having both of y'all career night tonight and just the maturation y'all have showed throughout the season?
Reed's been just going up this whole season, confidence-wise, being that point guard, 14 assists, 0 turnovers today, and it felt like he was in control of the game, getting dudes the ball in the right spot, manipulating the defense. I thought Reed was great. 8 for 12.